Let's get you the latest updates on the Nagrota attack. India today has accessed the digital evidence of terrorists who were killed in the Nagrota encounter on Thursday. Evidence shows that the terrorists were in constant touch with their Pakistani handler. A digital mobile radio manufactured by Pakistani company Microelectronics shows messages between JeM terrorists and their handlers who asked terrorists about their location and current situation. Here's proof that these terrorists were from Pakistan, infiltrated into Kashmir and were planning to, in fact, disrupt the process of democracy in Kashmir. On your screens is the digital evidence that agencies have gathered that shows that, in fact, these terrorists were in touch with Pakistani handlers. There were discussions about their location, about where they were heading, and also with regards to how they were in constant touch with their handlers who were based in Pakistan. So this is proof that no doubt once again establishes Pakistan's role in fomenting trouble in the valley and attempting to disrupt democracy in the valley. Remember that the Nagrota encounter led to 4 terrorists being gunned down. They were traveling in a truck. It was based on some inputs from intel agencies that our forces managed to intercept this truck and also killed and neutralized all 4 terrorists. Kamaljit Sandhu is joining us with more details on this. Kamaljit, good morning. On our screens, the digital evidence that again proves Pakistan's hand in these terrorists being brought into India.
Well, yes, undeniable evidence available with Indian intelligence agencies, security forces. Remember, some of them have been sent to the FSL. But what is very clearly and what you can see on the screen is the conversation between the terrorists and their handler in Shakargarh in POK. They're talking about whether these men have reached safely inside India, inside Kashmir. They're saying, "Kya surat-e-hal hai? Koi mushkil to nahi aayi?" Conversations like this, also asking the timing of infiltration, which was confirmed as 2 a.m. By the terrorists. So clearly, whether it is the medicines which have a Pakistani imprint to the shoes that they were wearing, all were made in Pakistan. Many of the modus operandi, we've been told, the medicines were the same as the Fidains were carrying in Pathankot. So clearly, the links are very clear. Earlier also we saw Ban Toll Plaza happening January 31st earlier this year, and now again a big success for security forces by getting specific intelligence regarding this particular group, which was neutralized. The Prime Minister lauding the effort, but there's no let up as far as Pakistan is concerned. Clearly they're sending in more terrorists, the target obviously being the upcoming DDC election. They were obviously also sending in arms. Remember, each of the terrorists was carrying additional arms. That means 1:3 weapon plus 1 pistol. That is for new recruits, we've been told by the DG, Dilbagh Singh. So this is obviously one of the ploys of Pakistan to keep Kashmir bleeding, to Kashmir to keep the pot boiling. All this is clearly marked as evidence. But yes, once this case is charge sheeted, remember, this will be put formally before the international platform. But Pakistan lies completely exposed.
Kamaljit, the messages that we've put out now, which clearly states, there are handlers asking this, I hope there's no trouble so far, where have you reached, and the likes. This, of course, is the latest in a list of evidence that we have against Pakistan and against Pakistan's role in fomenting trouble in the valley. How really are the agencies planning to use this to again expose Pakistan?
See, Pakistan doesn't really have to be exposed. They are already exposed in quite some time, and this is not just one particular instance. There are a number of terror attacks, including Pulwama, including number of attacks which have happened much earlier that have links to Pakistan. Now, remember, Pakistan has been calling these men as martyrs. They're trying to change the narrative, but clearly it's not much so, because the international community, one, knows it. The other is carefully India has drafted this particular number of evidence which have come to the fore. Remember, there is technical evidence, there is obviously also physical evidence, the ones that we are showing, whether right from the shoe to the medicines to the conversation to technical intelligence. And remember, even JeM Mohammed in most occasions have owned up attack. Now there seems to be, because of pressure of FATF and the others, that Pakistan seems to be under scrutiny. But remember, they may be changing the names of the terror groups. They may try and get in TRF, the others. But Pakistani imprint continues to be on all these evidences, and they can't deny that these are jihadis coming in from Pakistan.
Okay, all right. Kamalji, thank you for joining us with that exclusive news break on your screens. The digital evidence that again establishes Pakistan's role in attempting to spread terror in the valley, and this ahead of the elections in Kashmir.